peace and light, that old guy Australia. Now, I'm speaking slowly because I got told I speak too quickly. Passion is the problem. I get excited about things. So, and I've also been told not to swear. So, well, bad luck with that. See, bad luck with that. So, here we go. So, I'm sitting there this morning. Oh, look. Like, subscribe, share. You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. I'll put this up there. That old guy Australia. So here's what happens. I'm sitting there this morning, and I understand it's not everybody's cup of tea. The Commonwealth Games here in Australia are on, being broadcast on 7 Mate from Birmingham in England. Now, sport's not everybody's cup of tea. I get it. For me, I love it. I love the commitment it takes and the sacrifice. And I know what it takes to be an elite athlete, because I'm one myself. I've been good at sport. I've never been great. I've certainly never been elite. But I understand what it would take, to get to that level. And so I can honour those people who've done that. Now, I know we live in a matrix. I know it's not real. I know history's not real. I understand more than people think. And I know that we're living in a times where everything's starting to crumble. The matrix is crumbling and things are coming apart at the seams. I get it. But I still have to live. I still have to exist. I still have to be. And that involves feeling, and it involves caring, and it involves loving, and it involves everything. Right? Now, I'm sitting here this morning watching the Com Games, and it comes down to the blue riband event. Very sexist. It's the men's 100-metre sprint. And we got a guy in there. Oh, Rowan. He's in there. And Rowan Browning. So he makes the final of the 100 metres. Mind you, he qualifies 8th or last. But he's in there. 7 black guys, and there's Rowan. Lily White. Omo White. And I'm like, it's a really unusual situation. And I don't understand the genetics. Some people may, some people mightn't, I don't know. The white guys can't run. We can run, and quick, but just not quick enough. And don't forget, we haven't got the Americans in this, and they've got a ton of black American runners. Well, we've got, Barbados and Jamaica and all these people from everywhere. And then they get the English runners, and they're black too. So it's like, it's 7 black guys and Rowan on the outside. Now, prior to going to the event, Channel 7 Mate, they got it there, and they're doing this whole promo thing on Rowan, and they're going, Rowan Browning, and they got good music, and it's got Browning runs for gold. And I'm like, oh, no, I don't think so. Coming up next, Browning runs for gold. No, I don't think so. So anyway, we finally get to the event, and my favourite commentator, Bruce McAvaney, you don't know who he is, you don't know anything about sport, and that's good for you. Now, Bruce McAvaney, brilliant man, photographic memory, can do anything from AFL right through to swimming, Olympics, doesn't matter, horse racing, you name it. Now, they start talking amongst themselves, and he's throwing over facts and figures, and so he's offside and goes, well, it's a great hope for Australia for a medal. And I'm like, I still don't think so. Anyway, to his credit, off they go, bang, away they go, down the track, and Browning finishes in a photo, because the leaders are out in front. And I think he finishes 5th or 6th or whatever it might have been. Good effort. And where you'd expect, for me. Now, you haven't got the better runners from the Worlds or from the Olympics in there. So, in those events, he probably may not have even made the final. But good effort. Didn't do a PB, which you kind of expect them to do, personal best, in the heat of the moment. And you're out and, So anyway, there's Rowan. And I'm sitting there going, wow. He may not have made the final in the Olympics, but that boy ran well. He committed himself to a dream, and he followed through, and he did what he had to do. Despite all the naysayers and the knockers, how many people would have said to him over the time, mate, you do realise you're white, right? And you want to run 100-metre events. You do realise there's not a bloke in history who's white who's won this. Or might have been, but you know what I mean. It's not, you're talking about David and Goliath here, And by the time you get to that level, there'll be more black guys coming through who can run quicker than you. So, I don't know where you think you're going with this, but maybe you should give up. Have you ever thought of the long jump or something, right? But no. He stuck to his guns, and he was in the top 8 fastest in the Commonwealth. That's a pretty big achievement in itself. And I'm like, oh, kudos to you, buddy. Oh, kudos to you. And I'm sitting there having my own little moment, because that time of the morning nobody's up. And Ariarne Titmus had swum and she'd won another, 530th gold medal. It was great. And but the kudos belonged to this guy. Everyone expected Ariarne to win. She's a world champion. I didn't expect this guy to do anything, let alone make the final. And there he was, amongst the elite. None of them broke 10 seconds, but that's okay. Now, I got to thinking about things a lot, as I do. And so if I ramble a bit, don't worry about it. But a lot of us tend to think that we have to achieve something. We really do have to achieve. I get a lot of people saying to me, oh, Owen, why do you do these videos? I understand they're not everybody's cup of tea. I understand they're not that professional. I don't have the boom mic. I haven't got someone filming me. I haven't got, Drew Maria's stuff. I'm not Maria Z, I don't have the ability of Candace Owens or Charlie whatever his name is, Charlie Kirk. None of these people. I'm not any of them. I'm just me. And that in itself has a tendency to have a lot of flaws, and that's just how it goes. So why do I do it? Well, I told you in the first video that Sarah J. Holman, wonderful Indigenous lady, put out a video saying, why aren't there more guys doing things? And since then, there's been a bit of an uprise amongst the men, finally, because women have been at the forefront of the fight against this narrative. Women have been doing it. If you watch Cafe Lockdown? Cafe Lockdown? Whatever. I know, I follow it, but it doesn't matter. He just was out at Canberra and he was interviewing grandmothers who's still there, fighting against this. Amazing women. And so I thought, God, the little that I can do, I'll have a go. I got to have a crack. And that's all I wanted to do, was have a crack. And that's all I ever want to do. And by doing so, it's brought about a change in me. So I'm not listening to the naysayers. I'm like Mr. Browning. I'm not listening to what they got to say. Hey, Owen, you're going to do videos. You do realise there's Candace Owens. You do realise Charlie Kirk's there, Maria Z, all these people. You do realise that, don't you? I mean, you're not that good. You know that, don't you? You maybe not do it. And so anyway, I thought, no, I'll have a go. I'll see what I can do. I mean, the biblical scripture is that if Jesus came back for one lost lamb, that would be, worthwhile. I'm not talking God here, I'm just saying. But I know, and this is wondrous, this is not some kind of, yay for me. I know there have been people who've watched my videos and have written to me and said, man, I needed to hear that. I needed to see that. That was great. Da-da-da-da-da. And I go, righto, you do realise you're going to make me do another one now? if you'd written me and said, get off the air. So I've tried to put myself out to others by giving. And that's brought about changes within me, my soul and my own psyche. That's changed everything about me, my own stinking thinking. I tried to organise some dinners just for people who are lonely and isolated. Come along, there's all these wonderful people. You can come and meet them, they'll be there. You just come along and you can get to meet new friends and realise you're not alone, you're not isolated. Your family may have rejected you. I know what that feels like. Friends, whatever, I know what all that feels like. But come along, look how many people there are. Look at these people. And the first one wasn't too bad. Bit of criticism here and there, wasn't too bad. Second one, went to hell in the handbasket. And so then we had all these people going, which just bothers me. There was no one on my level, basically. I'm better than them. And it made me think about, there's no one on my level, and, I didn't get a lot out of it, and whatever. And so it made me think about things. Like, I think the biggest thing I got out of that is how during this time of trauma for the world, people have become quite selfish in a lot of ways. Very insular, very, focused in upon themselves. My whole point of those dinners was to get people to give. Come along, meet these people. You're lonely, you're scared, you're a bit hesitant. Come along, there's people here who are confident, who have information, who can be friendly with you and talk to you and let you know things. Give, they're willing to give. But they weren't. They weren't willing to give. They wanted to get something for themselves. Very selfish. What am I going to get? What did I get out of it? Oh, I didn't get anything out of it. Those people were less than me. Well, they're fucking less than you because they're not you. They haven't got what you've got. They don't know the information, right? They've suffered more than you. They've lost more than you. Who knows? But your idea is to pat them on the back and go, hey, it's okay. It's okay. You're not alone. But they couldn't even fucking do that. Oh, no, to bitch and whinge about shit. I have people write to me and go, do you ever get dressed? Do you ever dress in anything else but painting gear? Or you're just promoting yourself. I'm like, oh. So I actually withdrew from that group because I just was so personally affected by the comments that I received. And I got a lot more than people know about, and I don't want to even go into it. And I just thought, man, you guys, you just suck. You know, you really do suck. You're not looking to give. You're not going to a dinner going, wow, what can I give to people? Oh, I better fill up because I'm going to go and give. No, you're going, what can I get? What can I get? You're so damn selfish. You know, and that took a lot of courage from me, a lot of effort from me, a lot of, fear I had to overcome to do that. And still it wasn't good enough. I go, righto, someone else do it. And what's happened? Nothing. Nothing. Do you know the speech? It's called The Man in the Arena by Roosevelt. It's not the critic who counts, who points out where the strong man stumbled or the doer of deeds could have done better. And it ends with a phrase where it says, for my place will never be with those timid souls that know neither victory nor defeat. In other words, people who do nothing. They say things, but they don't actually ever do anything. They point out where the strong man stumbled. The critic. It's not the critic who counts. So I've had to reorganise myself because in amongst all that, I've still got to live. I've got a business to run. I've got commitments. I'm a social butterfly. I've got lots of things going on. So I can't just focus on that. So I've got to keep moving along. And life goes forward, always, day after day. And I have to live in this life, whether I believe in it or like it. I exist in it. So I'm watching Mr. Browning run. And I'm thinking, good on you, bloke. It's not the critic who counts. You got out there. You had a go. You finished, fifth or sixth or whatever it might be in the top 8 in the Commonwealth. Well done. And there's room for improvement. And it takes a lot of skill, a lot of commitment, dedication and courage to keep going. Not unlike us. I mean, the narrative is all against us. We all feel like we're isolated, alone, rejected, left out. I do at times, quite often. But what can you do? I know people talk about me behind my back. Behind my back. I'm well aware of that. I'm aware people gossip. I'm aware people ridicule. But I can't do anything about that. Nothing. And I'm not interested in what they've got to say. Because in the end, it will rain and the ark will be built. If you know the phrase. So those people can stand around and point all they want. It's not the critic who counts. Not at all. So if you're feeling a little deflated or maybe under pressure from work, friends, family, relatives, whatever, remember, if you stay in your own strength, as hard as that is, day after day after day as we go forward, more of this narrative is crumbling. More of it is crumbling. And eventually, it will come apart. And you want to be a part of that group. You really need to be a part of that group. Because people are going to need you. In the end, they're going to rely on you when they realise what's been going on. Because I've said to you all along, it's all about the children. Nothing else, it's all about the children. That's what it's about. Remember that. When this is exposed, that everywhere, every government all over the world is run by pedophiles. Then you'll understand. I'll be doing a video this afternoon. I'm going to video it on Mr. Tedros. While you see him in action, I'll film that so that the URL's removed and I'll post it. Have a look at Mr. Tedros. See what he's doing. Peace and light, that old guy Australia. I'll catch you on the flip side. Have a lovely Thursday. Happy birthday, Ellie. I'm heading to your place. Love what I'm doing out there. Really enjoying it. Have a great day. Bye, everybody.